really liked it. You know, pretty consistent right now. We don't make a play for a guy. Seems to hurt us like every single time, and that one would have got him through that inning clean and just a little more confidence. But he was throwing the ball well. I mean, the stuff looks right. Yeah, I actually love the long fly foul home run, and the next pitch is 98. And pounding it into the zone. He's got major league weapons, and I'm seeing him being able to be a part of what we're doing moving forward.
What about the rest of your pen today?
Yeah, we had a couple good ones. A couple, I know guys would like to have another shot at it. It was good to get just about everybody's spikes in the dirt. We thought Stamont was really good. Just seeing him let it go, watching the spin throw the breaking ball with some confidence. Spire did a nice job to where we could get him out there for that second one. And right there at the end, I really liked what Zimmer was doing. Ball's coming out of his hands still, just like what we saw. He's controlling the strike zone. He's using all of his breaking pitches. I thought those guys in particular did a nice job for us.
When we've seen Carrasco do this before. When he's on, he's about as good as it gets, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen 3 good starters here, and try to get something going, build a little momentum. It was great to see Salvi come through with that 2-out RBI, putting us on the board. We saw some better offensive approaches. It was nice seeing Mondi get into a nice rhythm. Franco having the ball jump for him a little bit, but we've had these conversations a lot of who's ahead, who's behind. I think you're seeing on both sides here a lot of chase out of the zone, right? Strikeouts a little bit higher for us in particular. Those guys, they were making pitches when they wanted to expand the zone. They expanded, and they really did a nice job of executing in the strike zone and below. But I think it's going to, the more we see, the better we are going to be. But you had some guys with some good stuff. Maximizing, I think, on a little bit of an advantage maybe the pitchers have right now with pitch recognition.
Thanks, Kip.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, on that, with Jorge, did you feel like when that ball gets played into an even bigger play than just a single, the momentum sort of got going with him there a little bit, or is it just, one of those days where they were hitting some pitches?
Yeah, you always wonder if a play's made, what that turns into with the next play. But that ball was hit hard, and then there was some hard contact after. Guys at this level, they know when you face a good lineup, got to make some adjustments and figure out ways to keep them all balanced. And they're going to give you exactly what you're doing by how they respond and swing the bats. And there were some timed up swings. So Jorge has good stuff, and we know that he has the ability. We've seen it. I've watched him do it here in Cleveland, where he came in and right through the meat of that order, trusted his stuff, made good quality pitches in the bottom of the zone, and was sharp with both secondary pitches. So he's got that in his repertoire. Today was just execution.
Mike, Mejia's misfire in the first, how frustrating is it given how good he's looked, and he looked every day at that spot?
Yeah, Alec, offensively and defensively, right? I mean, who put better at-bats together outside some of our real young guys? Guys are on our team. Mejia put together the kind of a bat you want to see every single time he got up there. And you give a guy an opportunity like this, you want to see some of those grind at-bats. Once again, just wasn't picking it up for whatever reason, and they maximized on it by getting ahead and then not even giving him anything in the zone. But defensively, the play he made late in the game where you just see that arm, it's such a natural carry he has on the ball, and he's a good defender. He's a plus defender, I think, just about anywhere we might put him. And but everybody's got that excitement. I think that's part of it. I don't think Franco was expecting the ball to be thrown off a little bit, because he's been, sometimes a really good defender can almost lull you to sleep because you think how it's going to look every single time. But we got him in a spot that, obviously he doesn't have as much experience, even though he's been there before, even with Philly. All of that just led, unfortunately, into what we knew, and we keep talking about. They're going to capitalize on our mistakes. Let's figure out ways to limit them. Everybody good?
Can you, can you just reflect on the weekend as a whole as you got started, and some of the things that maybe you were happy about, some of the things you were frustrated about, maybe particularly the strikeouts at the plate?
Yeah, I'm never real good at those because this one's still too fresh, right? You come in and I'll say we competed well these first two games, right? And that's what we want to see every single night is we're right in the middle of this fight, right down to the last. I believe that's part of the DNA of this organization and this particular group. So that's something I think we're all going to demand to see. But this was a day where we also needed to get people on the field and be able to take some of the load off the other guys who've been working so hard. Overall, I think when we got ourselves into position to where we could be in that fight, like what we saw, and we've got to clean some things up. Overall, our walks are scoring at an extremely high rate. Our mistakes are scoring at an extremely high rate. We've talked about this since the very first breath of this season of how we can't afford to give up bases, and we got to make sure we're cleaning that up. Strikeouts, like I said, Danny, I think it's where we are in this season, and you get to see your own guys over and over again, and you get to pick up the break that they have. I think that's going to be something that we're going to be able to adjust to pretty quick, but certainly it's an issue right now.
Mike, I apologize if you touched on this at the beginning because I missed the first part. I got to get in the rhythm of this 15 minutes, get on the thing. I apologize. Have you given an update on Keller, if there's any timeline or any idea on that right now?
Yeah, so we don't have anything right now. He's on track. He texted me last night, and he's trying to push the envelope. We're watching real close. As a matter of fact, we get the data and we get the video feed on what his live sessions are looking like, and he and Junis both are making progress. But there's a plan in place, and I think we're going to try the best we can not to be reactive to whatever we see. Let's be proactive in what's the best possible plan to get you to where you are right, and not just to where you can come out here and then you're kind of chasing your tail. And everybody wants to talk about how quick we have to react in this deal. I get that, but one, we want to make sure they're completely healthy. Two, we want to make sure that they're completely where they would normally be as we come out of the gates for typical spring season, and they're still not quite there.